Hello, my name is Tristan. I'm a nursing student, and today I'm going over bone fracture manifestations as well as a specific complication of bone fractures, which is compartment syndrome. So, what are the manifestations of bone fractures? We can think of the mnemonic broken fracture. Okay. What does broken fracture stand for? It stands for bruising, reduced movement, odd looking. You're going to get crepitus, potentially due to bone on bone friction. Also edema, swelling, numbness, and flaccidity. The muscle can become flaccid due to nerve damage. So, that is the manifestations of bone fractures. Think broken fracture for the mnemonic. Now, what is a complication of certain fractures? It is compartment syndrome. So, what is compartment syndrome? Here I have a highly pressurized can of Coca-Cola. What we see here is that the can, the exterior part, inside of it is very pressurized. As a consequence, it caused the cap to become inverted due to how much pressure is inside. Now, compartment syndrome is similar in that the area that is being compartmentalized, it's very high pressure in that area. And as a consequence of high pressure in a rigid compartment, we see that the can, the exterior part, is a rigid compartment. The same thing applies for compartment syndrome. We have fascia, which is that rigid compartment, and within the fascia is muscle, it's nerves, it's blood vessels. Okay, so if pressure increases within a closed compartment, issues can arise. The reason that issues arise is because there's compression of vital things in that area. For example, nerves can become compressed, blood vessels become compressed. So in compartment syndrome, this can be seen in the lower legs, like the tibia. We have compression of nerves, of blood vessels. When you have compression of blood vessels, there is a decrease in blood flow to that injured area. When that happens, we get ischemia. And when ischemia occurs, there's not enough oxygen getting to tissues, that tissue dies. Okay, so compartment syndrome therefore becomes a medical emergency. So we have increased pressure in a rigid compartment, and that compromises blood flow. Compromised blood flow, if that's not fixed, that can lead to necrosis, dead tissue, right? So compartment syndrome is a surgical emergency. What kind of surgery occurs? A fasciotomy. What happens is that there is an incision of the fascia, and that relieves the pressure in that area. Similar to if I made a hole in this soda can, the pressure inside would be relieved because the pressure has somewhere else to go. So what are the manifestations of compartment syndrome? Well, if we have a rigid compartment that's very pressurized and we have restriction of blood flow, we're obviously going to get pain in that area. We can get swelling. So mnemonic for remembering the manifestations are the 6 P's. What are the 6 P's? Pain. We're going to get paresthesia as well. Paresthesia is that numbness, tingling, and we get that because nerves are being compressed, right? Pallor, which is paleness. This is due to the lack of blood flow to that area. We can also get pulselessness and paralysis. These are late signs. Okay, an early sign that heavily indicates compartment syndrome is severe pain with passive stretching. Okay, that's an early sign. Whereas pulselessness and paralysis are late signs. Also, poikilothermia. This is related to a certain animal. I believe they're called poikilotherms, and that term involves the inability to regulate one's own body temperature. And this makes sense because there's no blood flow going to that area. That injured area, can't regulate its own body temperature. So pain felt with passive stretching is an early sign. Paralysis and pulselessness are late signs. And poikilothermia, the injured area can't regulate. When it can't thermoregulate, you get a cool limb. Here's a poikilotherm, sort of reptile. It's dependent on the external environment for its internal temperature because it can't thermoregulate on its own. So, time to review. A patient presents with a suspected tibial fracture. Which of the following findings requires immediate intervention? Pause the video. A significant one would be C. An open fracture is at higher risk for infection, requires immediate surgical attention. Patient with a tibial fracture reports severe pain out of proportion to the injury, and pain worsens with passive movement of the toes. What should the nurse do first? The nurse should notify healthcare provider immediately. That pain that worsens with passive movement is the early sign of compartment syndrome. And compartment syndrome is a surgical emergency, therefore the healthcare provider should be notified immediately. Lastly, a nurse is assessing a patient with a forearm cast after fracture repair. Which findings suggest developing compartment syndrome? The answer is B. Cool, pale fingers and numbness. So coolness relates to poikilothermia, pale fingers, pallor, due to lack of blood flow, and numbness due to compression of nerves. So that concludes this video on fracture manifestations and compartment syndrome as a potential complication of fractures. Thank you for watching. If you would like access to this PowerPoint, it will be in the description below.